I think back at the beginning of fall camp, Scott Huff said that, for a guy like you, get your work and then get out. We noticed that you weren't out there at the fall scrimmage, but you're here today, so I'm guessing everything's good?
Are you talking about the Fan Fest?
Yeah.
I was just getting a day out, just resting. It's nothing serious. I'm fine. I'm ready to go for the season. It's just a decision they made.
Yeah. Has that been something that you've kind of managed throughout fall camp so far? Like I said, Scott was just saying, make sure you get your work and get out. You don't need like the added wasted reps or anything like that.
That has nothing to do with it. I haven't missed any reps. That was just something I did, but that's not something I'm talking about right now. So, just talk about the season right now. I'm fine. I'm ready to go.
How excited are you for this line? And obviously there's been a lot of talk about the competition and stuff, but veteran group, how excited are you to get out there and kind of show what this line's got?
No, I'm very excited. I'm probably more excited than I've ever been started a season, just knowing I'm a senior and just knowing that myself, Steven, and Travis have to be the ones to lead this group. Archie's doing a great job. Mason's doing a great job adjusting, picking up Mason's spot, Marcus's spot. So yeah, I'm very excited to go into this season. Ready to get the show on the road and play somebody else finally.
What is that like? This first game. There's a couple challenges in it. It's an earlier start, weather, all that stuff. You don't know what to expect. How are you guys approaching this as a challenge as a team?
Just like every game, we go in not knowing because every team's going to give us their best shot. Every team's going to have something special for us. So, we're just excited. It shouldn't matter whether it's hot. We've been working with that. We've been heating up the indoor. It shouldn't matter about the early start either. Our last scrimmage was the same set time, and that shouldn't be an excuse for us not to play to our full potential. So I don't feel like that's going to be a problem for us.
Is it gonna be nice to have a kickoff at a decent hour instead of waiting all day?
Yeah, that'll also be nice, especially on the road, so we're not getting back at 5, 6 in the morning. But yeah, it'll be good. We've adjusted to that time difference, and I don't think it's going to be a problem, especially us going 2 days early. So it's not like we're getting there, landing, going to sleep late, then waking up that next morning and playing. We get that whole day to adjust to the next day.
The heat and humidity and all that, is that tougher for O linemen and stuff? Is that a little tougher for you guys, or?
It might be like when we're practicing now, but when it's a game, it's a game. In your mind, it doesn't matter what the heat is. You could be playing wherever it's at. Once the kickoff starts, it doesn't matter. You have to get going and go.
What's that been like in the indoor? I know they're trying the best they can. What's that been like?
It gets hot in there. They're trying to put you in uncomfortable situations, and that's only going to better us and put us in a better situation come Saturday.
Do you think it's going to work?
Oh yeah, definitely. From the first time to the third or fourth time we've done it, you could definitely see the difference.
We were just asking Elliot, do you guys doing anything to emphasize hydration or anything like that differently when you go down to an environment like this?
Well, we always want to stay hydrated, but it's just an extra emphasis, just knowing we don't want people cramping. It's first game of the season too, so I feel like we take this approach to every first game of the season just because it's kind of a shock to the body. Getting this many reps compared to practice, you can't go out and practice like it's different. It's a different feeling on your body. So every first game of the season we tend to have approach hydration a lot more. So now they're just giving us some pickles, we're drinking Powerade a lot more, just drinking our gallons of water, and we'll stay hydrated.
So you're eating pickles?
Yeah. We have them all in the snack shack too. We have them all the time, but I think it's just some guys, it's not like it's mandatory, but some guys are going to overemphasize just eating pickles. It'll help you with your hydration.
You going to make it as obvious as Jay did when he was drinking the pickle juice?
No, I don't drink pickle juice.
You were kind of one of those guys that kind of spearheaded, cleaning up at Table Rock, and I want to ask, down Lafayette, obviously, that their team's kind of helping with cleaning up the flood efforts and stuff like that. And some of you guys have kind of said that, as college football players, it's maybe a responsibility a bit. How do you approach that, kind of just knowing that, you guys can help out the community and you see what they're doing down there too?
I feel like just being ambassador of the community is kind of, expected from a team. If you have any, if you care about your city, like we did when Table Rock was burned down, we went up there and helped them. I feel like they're doing a great job just coming together. I've seen LSU do it. No, that's a great job by them, just coming together and helping their community.
How much you guys working with crowd noise and stuff? And I know first game on the road for the O-line. Coach Harsin was saying nothing really rattles you guys, but when you haven't done it for 8-9 months, the communication and all that, what kind of challenge is that first game that's supposed to be a big crowd and stuff?
We've been trying as hard as possible in practice to give the best look. Obviously, it's going to be different depending on how many fans they have show up and how loud they are. But we're ready. We have all of our cadence stuff and all that figured out, and we just got to be able to communicate and be loud with each other, and we shouldn't have a problem.
Mario, what stands out to you about Lafayette's front seven?
They work hard. This is one thing about them is that we don't know exactly what we're going to get from them. But from personnel and from the past, you can tell that they don't take much days off. You know, they come off the ball, they have a high motor, and, you know, they just bring it. They work hard.
What did you see from Archie during fall camp? And obviously, there are a lot of people talking about that spot over there at left tackle. I know he's been in and out of the lineup the last couple of years. How have you seen him kind of develop, and how do you do this fall?
I mean, Archie's been doing great, I think. In my eyes, I think he's doing good. He's going out there competing. And it's good. I think that's good for Archie and for Will, having this left tackle thing, not being able to say who's starting yet, because, you know, it's just driving each one of them to become better, like, from the other person. So the competition is good for them, I think, just because Archie hasn't truly started the whole entire season. This is going to help him kickstart his career, even though it's already been kickstarted, just his career as a starter.
How have you kind of seen him the last couple of years develop? I know a lot of you know, tension, whatever was put on him as kind of being possibly one of the next great left tackles here, and been in and out, kind of a struggle, I know, at times for him to stay in the lineup. But how have you kind of seen him since he got here to now?
He's grown. He's matured a lot. I mean, when he first came in, his first start, you know, he thought, oh, I'm just a redshirt freshman, I'm not going to play. But then, you know, once Reese went down, you know, he had to be ready. Once Steven went down that one game, Archie had to be ready. So I feel like he's came a long way, especially from his freshman and sophomore year, and now that he's a junior. I mean, think about it. From a year from now, you're going to be talking to him. You know, I'm not going to be here. Me and Steven, Travis are not going to be here. So he's got to grow up quick, and he did that, and he accepted the challenge, and now I feel like he's in a good spot.
I know over the first few games of the season, teams kind of often adjust and really, you know, try to adapt to their identity and whatnot. You look at last year, you know, you're moving around on the offensive line a little bit a couple games into the season, but you look at this year's team and you know who your quarterback is. You know that McNichols can withstand the test of a full season. You got, you know, 3 of you guys that started a lot of games back on the offensive line. I mean, how comfortable are you guys just with your identity right now as you hit that first game of the season, and maybe is it more so than past?
I wouldn't say comfortable, because you never know what could happen. I mean, injuries happen. So, I mean, the first game, just like last year when Ryan went down after our second game or whatever that was, our identity of our team could change at any time of the season. I mean, obviously, it's more comfortable just knowing we have returners, because obviously when you have when you have people returning, you know, that's obviously better than throwing somebody else in there new. So obviously it's a lot better. But like I said, anything could happen. So right now we like where we are, but obviously we have a lot of work to do. Still, to this Lafayette game, there's still a lot of work to do. We have about 6 days, whatever, till kickoff, or 5 days. There's still a lot of work that could get done from now till then.
Have you had a bunch of family and friends kind of asking you how to watch this first game? That's been something people do.
There have been. So I think on Apple TV or something like that, they could stream it through that. But my immediate family, like my mom, dad, and them, they'll be in Louisiana. So
have you been trying to have to like tell people? Have you been the one kind of trying to tell them how to watch it, or have you tried to have them figure it out? Or
kind of told them figure. I mean, it's not hard to stream something online, so I'm sure they're smart enough. They'll figure it out.
One more about the offensive line of Mason Hampton and just how he's continued to kind of progress and gain confidence throughout fall camp. Because it's kind of one thing you hear guys say is that, you know, he's getting more and more confident with what he's doing out there.
I mean, if you look back to last year's fall camp, I think Coach Huff's touched on this too. He did a great job when Marcus was out. I feel like it's just been a process for him, and he's came a long way since he became a Bronco. And especially this offseason, he's just been taking more charge, being able to make calls, and feeling more confident in himself. So a lot of it was just mental, I feel like, for him. He had the athletic ability. He's strong. He's smart. It's just the confidence had to build for him, and I think he's came a long way, and I feel like that's starting to click for him. And we'll see this game, how much it affects him. It's going to be his first start. I'm sure he's got some butterflies in his stomach and stuff, but you know, he knows that myself, Steven, Travis, and Archie, who've played before, are going to be there for him. I mean, you mess up a call one time, don't worry about it, but it can't be a continuous thing. But I think he'll be just fine.
The D-line, a lot of questions there, and you guys go against them in practice all the time, you know, replacing all their starters and stuff. How have you seen the D-line, and do you think they're kind of a motivated group this year?
Yeah, I'm not worried too much about them. They got heart. They're led by Sam Mack, who's probably got one of the most heart that I've ever seen from a football player. He's driven. Our whole entire team's driven, just because, as a matter of fact, that people are saying that, you know, they're the weakness of the team or something like that. They're driven. I'm not worried at all. Coach Caldwell's got them going. They'll be fine.
Is Sam who you go up against most of the time? Or?
Yeah, Sam, Jabril. I mean, Jabril's special too. Jabril's a really good player. So, I mean, yeah.
Thankfully.